Hello, and welcome back to Kaizen with Luca. Today we'll be wrapping up this subscriber house here, and we're going to be actually talking about these houses, not in and of like themselves, but what they represent and what this all means. So we're actually going to be talking about how the community is the product. This whole idea is the product, and we're building this together. And this comes from the observation about what I am actually building. I've talked about this in my own Kaizen sprint. I kind of go back and forth about what is it that I'm actually trying to do here, and what are the goals that I'm trying to achieve, and what are the ways that I can get there. And what I'm actually trying to build is, it's not the channel, it's not a program, but I'm just trying to build a community of people that show up for themselves daily. I just want to have people show up for themselves. And by offering that community and offering the space to do that, I think we'll be able to achieve it. And that's the ultimate goal of this. That the whole thing that we're working towards, it has a name, and I've mentioned it before, and it's called the Garden. And I should probably solidify that with a sign, actually. Let me just see if I have any sticks. We're going to make a sign first. Why is everything threes in this game? Let's do that. Let me make an axe so that I can cut things down more effectively. And let's put a sign down. Let's figure out, since we have three of them, we'll put a sign down like right here just before we go. And we'll call this the Garden. Yeah, I think, should we do that? The Garden. How do you go back? Oh, okay. We'll do the Garden. Beautiful. Maybe we'll spruce this up a little bit. And then we'll have another sign down here. Or, well, we'll just kind of hold it there for now. I was going to put one over here, but I don't know how far this is going to extend. So we have to figure that out as we build. But that's what we're building. That's what this is all about. It's all about the garden and providing a space for everybody to talk about their journeys, or to learn about self-development, self-improvement, to learn about Kaizen. That's what this is all about. And this idea of subscriber houses, I just had this idea while I was just chilling and hanging out. I just wanted to provide an actual visual space of, number one, growth, but also for you guys to see that you do have a place here. And that simply by subscribing, you get your own little house here. And you can even go the route of my buddy and tell me what kind of house that you want, and you will get a custom house. Because he knows that is his brick house. Even if, maybe the birch doesn't really go with the bricks that much. But that's fine. It's perfectly fine. Um, regardless, that the birch was my choice, but none of this happened because I was trying to come up with strategy or anything like that. It just happened because I genuinely wanted to have people feel seen when they joined something and not just be a number on a channel on YouTube. I wanted to build connection with those that are actually viewing this video, and for you to see that, like, yeah, this is a cool thing. I get my own little house when I subscribe. Like, that's great. Because that's what this is all about. You know, we need the community around us to lift us up when we're down, and that's exactly what we're going to be building here. And maybe there's a better way to do it than YouTube. I've been trying to figure out the best way to open this up to have more discussion and have it be more interactive. I just haven't figured out the best way to do that yet. And I'm open to suggestions. I was trying to figure out if Discord was one of those avenues, but so many people use Discord, number one, but also I feel like it's really easy to fall off of Discord, and it's easy to just mute something. So I was trying to figure out a different way to get people on board, and it's proven to be more difficult than I thought. So in due time. But this place has a name, and the garden is that. It's not random. It's not called the community. It's a place that you actually belong to, that you get to say, hey, I'm part of this place called the garden, and in here is where I go to improve myself, reflect on things, and become the person that I want to be in the future. And that's really what this is all about, because I want people to see the benefit in themselves and take bets on themselves and know that they're capable of doing whatever they set their mind to, because when people come together, they can do great things, and sometimes you really just need that extra push. And I've talked about this before. If you've seen any of the shorts, I keep mushing my words together. If you've seen any of the shorts, you would know that and I've said this before, that I believe in you before you believe in yourself. And I will do that. And that's exactly what we've learned from Ted Lasso. That short has done really well, because I think it just resonates with people. And it's a important concept, because believing in somebody before they believe in themselves just proves that you think what they have skill-wise is worthy. And we all seek self-worth. And if somebody says, you know what, you can go out and do that thing that you want to set your mind to, you can go do those things. 100% you can. And that's what it's all about. That's what the community is there for. If you go out and you say, you know, guys, I want to do this, but I'm not sure. And, you go talk to other people, and they might say, maybe your intuition's right, or something like that. But you want the community to go out there and say to you, yeah, sure, those feelings are valid. You're validated in that. But you should take that risk. See where it takes you. See what happens. And then go from there. So I also want to iterate that, what does this actually mean? Because we do this every episode. What does it actually mean? And most creators, and maybe I'm just generalizing, let me know, but most creators think about their audience as the people who consume their content. But the best communities are not audiences. They are practitioners. And it's the people who are doing the work alongside you and not just watching you do it. So the subscriber houses, daily check-ins, they're not features of anything. They're invitations for you to participate. And that changes what this channel is fundamentally. This channel is your invitation to participate. And that's what we're aiming. Oh, that's it. Yeah, you guys didn't see that. So in my own Kaizen journey, I was asked the question, what does Kaizen look like? Like, what does it look like when it's all not all said and done, but like, what's my vision for it? And I'll share my vision. And I described it as a conference center. I want Kaizen to be a place where people show up and there's music, it's fun, it has good food, because good food is extremely important, at least for me. And we have people who have been on their journey, who are currently on their journeys, and it's a shared space where people can go and talk about all of these things. That is what I want Kaizen to be. That I want that to be the community. That is the community. This is something where we build this together. I can only be as good as those around me. Like, this whole idea stems on the practice of, like, I need to have others around me, because Kaizen is the community. I'm successful not because of myself doing the things that I want to do and what I believe in, but because I'm supported by people around me, by people who know that I'm doing this. They support the journey. And I think a huge issue is not everybody always has that support to go chase their dreams, or, you know, to work on themselves. And some people might be like, what are you doing? You're doing what? The Kaizen journey? What's that? What? You care about improving yourself? Like, aren't you fine already? You think something's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Like, why do you feel like you have to do that? And they just don't get it. They just don't get it. But you understood something, and you understood that in order for you to get to the highest place that you want to go, whatever that may be, and you realize that something just needed to change there. And it's hard to do it by yourself, because nobody holds you accountable when it's just you. You have to rely on yourself to hold you accountable. Like, the best thing I did for my weight loss journey was get a trainer. People don't want to spend the money on trainers. They don't. And yeah, you know, I understand, like, some trainers can be expensive, but you are not going to reap the benefits of going and, you know, the gym membership that you're paying for, that eventually down the line, when you decided on New Year's Eve that you wanted to go do those things, that you eventually stop going, and then you're just paying however much money a month to have a gym membership that you're never going to use. When you're paying for a trainer and he texts you, hey, where are you? That adds a whole other level and layer to having to actually show up, not only for yourself, but now you actually have to show up for somebody else. And that is what community is about. Holding each other accountable, being with like-minded people on a similar journey to you, because they understand you, and then building up together and doing something. That's what it's all about. And that's what I want Kaizen to be. And the whole idea with like an event center and doing that with good food and whatever, that's just because I really want to have a big event like that. And when you have something like that, it changes the tune on how people perceive this type of work, like of self-development and stuff. It just changes that perception. So that's what I want. I mean, hey, if people like I've seen like worse ideas for event centers and stuff, and would be a great use of that. And you can go and to travel to different areas and have it be accessible for anyone. And you know, now that I mentioned travel, some people would be like, well, how can you afford it and all that? Like, there would be ways to ensure everybody has an opportunity to experience this idea, and I would figure that out. So that's what I'd be working on, and yeah, this is a community first concept, and that's really what I want people to know, is that this is all intended to serve you guys, to improve and have that mindset of improvement. So I hope that all makes sense, and that we can continue to build this, because I'm super stoked. I'm super stoked to see this many houses out here. And it's been 19 or 20. This is day 20 in total. And it's amazing to see this many houses out here. So I also realized that I abandoned my attic project here. So I am revisiting that right now and getting this floor put in. But I want you... Actually, let me... How do you apply community today? I think community, because what I have in my notes here is more aimed at me, which is not really what I wanted. I wanted this to be more aimed at you guys for homework. But just think about somebody out there, in your friend network. You know, we all have our own little niche communities that we're a part of now. But think about somebody out there and check in on them. Check in. Give them an old, hey, wanted to see how you're doing. You know, what are you working on? And just kind of give them a little check-in and reassure them that what they're working towards is worth it, is worth the time, it's worth the energy, and that you're there for them. So, and let's just go walk through the garden one more time. Let's just go do that. We'll work on the aesthetics of this. I think we have to, you know, I think we're going to build a copper statue somewhere, and maybe, actually we can get some bricks. How much time do I got? Let's see. Let's get some actual bricks here. Yeah, that's enough. Sure. I think we'll build a nice little statue, and we'll do this little beachside park. I'm going to need more than this. But we'll get this built out here. So this probably needs to be one more on each side. And then I just want to make sure that, yeah, like we'll do something like this. So we'll put like a statue. I'll have to take this tree down in this area, and then we'll do like a little, you know, park bench. But as the sun sets, just like look at this. So nice. All of these houses belong to you guys, the subscribers. You're all part of the garden. So it's just really great to see this and know that there's 8 people here that are curious about their journeys. So I'll leave y'all with that today, and just know that this is all being built for us in the community. So appreciate you guys. Thank you for showing up, not only to watch this, but for yourself. And I hope that this is transformative and, you know, that is piquing your interest, because we will be actually doing Kaizen sprints and stuff soon. I do have plans in the works to fully get this thing launched. I just need to figure out the best way to do that for the community aspect. So working on that. But thank you all for showing up today, and I'll see you all tomorrow.